All right, guys, I want to talk about PlayStation 5 Pro for a minute. I've already pre-purchased mine in the hopes that it actually makes GT7 look better on PSVR 2, but I'm kind of starting to get like this feeling that like people are overhyping this and they literally know zero of what they're talking about. So here's the thing, man. The PlayStation 5 Pro GPU has 67% more compute units than the current PS5 with 28% faster memory. Now, a lot of people are running with the, oh, it's RDNA 3 and all of this stuff. Well, RDNA 3 is a completely different is a completely different architecture than what RDNA 2 is. RDNA 2 is actually a monolithic die, which means it's all like just one die, whereas RDNA 3 is actually a chiplet design, and I don't think that I don't think that I don't think PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be RDNA 3. I think it's still going to be a highly customized RDNA 2. Now, it's probably, if they did use anything from RDNA 3, it would potentially be the it would probably be the AI accelerators and the ray tracing cores. maybe it's RDNA 4. Like, I don't think PlayStation or anybody has said anything about it being RDNA 3 or RDNA 4. I still think the base of this machine is actually going to just be RDNA 2, but it's going to have 67% more compute units and 28% faster memory, and we're only getting a 45% increase in overall power with that. So that, to me, my friends, tells me that this is still basically RDNA 2. This is still RDNA 2, guys. It's just highly customized. And then they have the the custom ML, like ML for AI or whatever. My friends, when we look at the image quality of what they are showing us, and this is why I believe in my heart that it is still 100% RDNA 2, is because if you're going from like a 6700 to a 6800, okay, 67 to 68, that's what everybody's saying that it is right now. That there is essentially like going from, I don't know, I mean, maybe a little bit, you know, that's, I mean, it's doable or whatever, but that's still in the same freaking RDNA 2. If you're going from 67 to 68, you're getting that, you know, that 45% more power or whatever. But here's the thing, guys, with GPUs, and I've tested so many of them this last year, that when you're going, like your visuals, like 45% more power in like a GPU from the same generation, it's not as significant as like you would think, because 45% more of what you've already got, it literally just means that maybe it can run like the pixels a little bit better or something, or like maybe it's just, you know, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Even like in next gen like upgrades and stuff like that, it's barely the uptick isn't so much. Like, graphics are already where they're at, but when you look at this and you really think about this for a minute, RDNA 2, it's not a bad GPU. Like, it absolutely delivers some impressive graphics, but when we're looking at like the PSSR upscaler, we're literally going from the performance mode settings. Like, we're not getting increased quality in visuals. We're not getting higher settings. We're not getting higher textures. We're not getting like the quality level ray tracing effects or anything like that. We are literally going from the from the performance mode, and that is being upscaled to 4K. So what that tells me is, like, we've got 67% more compute units, we got 45% more power. What that tells me, especially with, if you really think about the RDNA 2, like, well, AMD's solution for like ray tracing and AI upscaling and all of this stuff, when you look at that, is what that's telling me is that it's taking that 45% more power literally to run the AI upscaling for PSSR. and you got to look at it that way, because if you get on an NVIDIA GPU with the Tensor cores and all of that stuff, because they are separate hardware, Tensor cores and all of that stuff that are on the, obviously on the GPU on the die or whatever, but they are separate from the actual shader units that AMD's whole thing is run off their shader units. So all their AI, all of their ray tracing, everything is all on each CU. It's got just, they just run with those inside each CU. They've got like 2 accelerators or 2 ray accelerators or whatever per CU. That's what's doing like the running, but it's all still running through the shader the shaders. Whereas over on NVIDIA, they've got completely disconnected tensor cores that are doing all the AI upscaling. So it's like not really utilizing or using a lot of that raw GPU power to push the AI upscaling or the ray tracing like it has to on RDNA 2, RDNA 3. So basically, when we look at that, we're literally getting the same visual quality, but it's being upscaled by AI, which is utilizing that full 45% power and that faster memory and all of that stuff. Like, it's all literally going into it. It's almost like they had to bump up the specs 67% or whatever, add 60 CUs just for that, because 60 CUs gives them 120. It gives them 120 like ray accelerators or AI accelerators, all of that stuff. Like, it doubles what they've already had on there, because they had like 30 on there, so they would have got 60, and now they've got the full 120 or whatever. So that there actually gives them a lot more room. It opens up enough CUs. And if you look at it, you got to look at it this way, okay? You're still getting the same performance from the PS5 Pro for these games. Like, they're just porting over each setting or whatever. You're like going from the performance mode to the performance mode, but then that's being upscaled. So you've got a whole nother, you've got like 67% more power focused into upscaling that, because you're not getting any actually upgraded visual quality or anything like that. So that's what's really got me thinking that this is still RDNA 2 with custom RDNA 3 or maybe even RDNA 4 ray tracing accelerators or something. Maybe it is using like RDNA 4 accelerators instead of RDNA 3 accelerators for like AI and RDNA 4. But to me, that's kind of the way I feel like it would translate all the stuff that I've read about RDNA 2 and RDNA 3 and all of that stuff. It just kind of seems like, yes, FSR 4 is going to be available on 7000 series cards, but you're going to get more of a performance hit using it, and it's going to be more of like it's there to upscale it, but you're not necessarily going to gain more performance out of using it. It is going to be more for the upscaling of the overall image quality, whereas like RDNA 4 is probably going to come out and be able to, actually upscale your image and still give you some more performance. But I don't think RDNA 3 is going to have that performance uplift. And if we're looking at that, in terms of what PlayStation 5 Pro is delivering, that's literally what I've been thinking it's going to happen, is that you're going to get the upscale, but you're not going to get the performance increase. It might still be just a little bit smoother. It depends on where you're at in the RDNA 3 lineup, but that's pretty much the way I'm looking at it. That's the way it seems to me. It seems like the PlayStation 5 Pro is still RDNA 2 as a base, but it does have that custom RDNA 3 or RDNA 4 accelerators or something to push that a little bit further, which is weird because Sony should have already given us this information at this point, guys. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to feel pretty let down when they find out that PlayStation 5 Pro is in fact still RDNA 2. And yeah, that's just what the numbers are telling me. That's the way I'm feeling about it. I do. I kind of feel like it's going to be another one of those bait and switch from PlayStation, but I don't care how we get there, as long as Gran Turismo 7 looks crisper or looks, I have more clarity in the PSVR 2 like I do when I'm using it on PC. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for out of the PS5 Pro, and for it to make Final Fantasy VII Rebirth look better on my 4K screen. That's it. That's all I need. I don't even need it to look good on a 4K screen. I just need it to upscale good enough to where when I'm playing on a 1440p monitor, it looks good, because that's where I would be playing my PS5 Pro, is on a monitor anyway. So, all right, guys, it's getting closer to the release date of the PS5 Pro, and I'm just starting to like think about things and starting to, you know, like put my, you know, just, yeah, I don't know, guys. It's crazy. I wish PlayStation would just come out and tell us what's going on so we actually know. But yeah, guys, RDNA 2. I don't know if I would expect this to be RDNA 3, just because it's a completely different architecture, and for PlayStation it's like they would have to fully redesign the PlayStation just to do that. They would have to fully redesign it to use RDNA 3, and then they would have to make everything work and be all like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it is possible, obviously games work on RDNA 2 and then RDNA 3 and stuff like that, but they would literally have to rechange their whole freaking setup. And maybe they did. It's been 4 years. Maybe they did. But yeah, I still kind of feel like it. I just feel like if it was RDNA 3, it would be better. I think it would be better. I honestly think it would be better. So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.